But I need to go back to the tragedy in Queensland, the shooting of 2 police officers and a neighbour who came over to help when he saw things were going wrong. Joining me is Ian Levers, who's president of the Queensland Police Union. Thank you so much indeed for your time. My condolences to you and to every member of the police family. This is a terrible day.
It's an absolute tragedy and our people are in mourning. And here in the tight-knit area, our police at Chinchilla and Tara and Dalby, they are going through many mixed emotions at this point in time. But our thoughts are with Matthew, his family, Rachel and her family, and we're just so fortunate that Keely and Randall are still with us today, because they very easily could have lost their lives because of these ruthless, murderous bastards who took their lives away prematurely. It's absolutely unacceptable. And I've seen today the community come out in force here and in Tara, and they're absolutely 100% supportive of the police. And when you see people from all walks of life come up with cards and flowers and little kids there crying, you can't help but be emotional yourself, and it's hurting us all. The entire police family across Queensland and Australia and New Zealand as well. And I've received messages from around the world, because the execution style in which our police were murdered is absolutely unacceptable and un-Australian. And these people will never go on to commit another crime again. We tried to resolve it peacefully. That was their choice, but we did resolve it. But let's say no one will ever be hurt by these people again. But Matthew's and Rachel's and our other police, they are going to hurt for the rest of their lives. But also, all police families who've lost a loved one in the past, they are going to suffer, and it has brought back very raw memories for police families right across the country. But the community support is really heartening, that we have that support, and they value police and they respect what we do, and they say it is absolutely unacceptable that these type of people are in our community committing such crimes.
Well, I think you put your finger on it there. I think the great pain that you're seeing, and beyond the police, is a measure also of the great love and respect people have for the police. I mean, we don't say it often enough, but I think that's true. But Ian, do you look at what's happened and say, well, look, if only something else had been done? Is there anything that we should change about, say, police procedures? I don't know.
Not at this stage, and both Rachel and Matthew, they've got 2 years and under experience since they've been in the Queensland Police Service. I've got over 30 years, and with the risk assessments they conducted, I would have done exactly the same. This was a routine inquiry in relation to a missing person, but they were never to know that they were going to be confronted by this murderous trio who were hell-bent on inflicting pain upon them and executing them in the fashion of which they did. And even further, after
that's
they
a frightening
executed,
thing, isn't it? Even if someone of your great experience can't do it. But listen, Ian, there's another thing too. Do you see, I mean, it's like this evil sort of erupted out of nowhere, totally unpredictable, but do you see it instead as, do you see it as something totally random, or do you see it as part of some sort of trend?
Now, I see this one as totally random. There are many other things which you can pick trends, but this is absolute totally random. And when you see good people in the community, they are appalled about what has taken place, and they are actually disgusted. Even some people who may not like police, they are appalled by this behaviour, because it's absolutely unacceptable, un-Australian. But this is the first time also in Queensland we've had an execution-style killing of police. And also, to take it even further, the neighbour went to investigate when this murderous trio lit a fire because they were trying to lure a policewoman out so they could shoot her dead. And she didn't know whether she was going to be shot or burnt alive. But this neighbour went out and he was shot in the back. He did not even know what was happening, and he was ruthlessly murdered, and that is absolutely unacceptable. 3 people should never have lost their lives. This is an absolute tragedy, and these type of offenders, well, let's say they won't commit another crime again, but it's unacceptable, and Australians don't cop it, Queenslanders don't cop it, and the support which has come in is unbelievable. And that support that comes through really resonates with police, and that makes us know that our job is worthwhile. And I say this, if you see a police officer out there, go and say good day. Thank them for their service, because those small words and those comments make a real difference and actually make it worthwhile as to what we're actually doing in very trying times. And you'll be surprised how that means so much to police in what they do. And as we see, police are out. They're out today, they're out tomorrow, and we'll continue to do our job and keep the community safe. That is in our DNA, and we will never let these vicious criminals get in the way of us keeping the community safe. But we can't do it without the community and their support, and that is really heartening, the way I've seen messages come, and people here today, flowers, cakes and chocolates and cars dropped off and around police stations around Queensland today, not just in this area, people showing their thoughts and their sympathies for police, and that's so heartening to see in a current environment where, as you said before, often people just want to be critical of police, but they actually support us and they want us to keep doing our job, and we're going to do that. And these criminals, I've got a word for you, we ain't going to stop. We're going to keep on your tails, and we're going to lock you up on each and every occasion and keep the community safe.
Ian Levers, I'm going to start by taking your advice straight off the bat. Thank you for your service, and thank you for your time and what I know is a terrible day for so many police in Australia. Thank you very much.